Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. We've seen a smart move across the global markets and also some of the commodities and currency markets over the past 2 or 3 trading sessions. So US markets was up about 1.76%, the Nasdaq and the Dow too was up about 1%. Dollar in fact has remained weak after a long spell of almost about 2 months. Also, European markets were up anywhere from 0.5% to almost about 2.6%. And when we look at the Asian markets today morning, Nikkei is up almost about 2.12%, Hang Seng too is up about 0.85%, and most of the other markets like Shanghai etc. are up about 0.5%. And SGX Nifty is also suggesting that we are going to open up about 41 points. In terms of flows, friends, we had all round selling in yesterday's trade. So FIs were net sellers in the cash market to the tune of about 274 crore, and in the index futures also they sold worth about 474 crore, and the domestic institutions were sellers to the tune of about 137 crore. So for the past 2 or 3 trading sessions, we're seeing that the flows have been negative both in the cash market as well as in the F&O side. Also the sentiment has dented because of the way that commodities have actually picked up in the past 2 or 3 trading sessions, and particularly the Brent crude has actually spiked up almost about $10 from the low of about 45, 46 odd levels. So it remains to be seen how much more upside one is really looking at in the commodities, because a large part of our markets has been driven by the fall in the crude oil prices. Also the fact that the numbers which have been announced, particularly by some of the PSU banks and even some of the auto companies, have not been that great, has also dented the sentiment. So market may remain a bit subdued, at least in the near future. On that note, let me invite our F&O expert to take you through important F&O data and ideas from the F&O side.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. Despite positive cues from the international markets, our market started the day on a flattish note ahead of the RBI policy announcement, and soon after the announcement of a no rate cut, and which was on the expected line, and some kind of surprise in the SLR, which we have seen around 50 basis point cut by the RBI. We have seen in the middle of the trade market bouncing back, and however it did take resistance at higher levels and again showed some selling pressure, and managed to close 0.56% lower at 8809.90. Now this was mainly backed by the banking sector stocks, which again seen a significant amount of selling pressure and has seen a significant amount of short build up in Bank Nifty and many of the banking stocks, due to which Nifty showed tremendous pressure in yesterday's trading session. On the open interest fund, on the Nifty, we have seen only minor build up of around 2%. Now we have seen the last couple of trading session Nifty going down with very less build up. More or less it's been going down mainly due to the long unwinding pressure at high levels. We have seen an open interest build up around 2%, that is around 5 lakh shares were added in open interest, and the cost of carry also dipped a bit from 9.5% to 9.2%, that is premium have came down from 63 points to 53 points, but it's still healthy, seeing the days left to expiry. Indian volatility index was more or less at around 20 odd percentage. Now the options activity, we have seen 9,000 being the highest in terms of open interest, has seen continuous build up, and also 8,900 and 9,100 call option has seen a build up of around 12 to 14% respectively, which was a bit on the shorter side in yesterday's trade, seeing a sharp fall in Nifty and Bank Nifty. While input option, we have seen the momentum have got shift, 8,000 which used to be the highest in terms of open interest. Now 8,500 is the highest in terms of open interest. In yesterday's trading session, we have seen significant amount of build up of around 20 odd percentage. However, 8,700 and 8,600 has also seen some kind of addition of 3 to 4%. If you see the implied volatility of put option, which have reduced quite a lot. In 8,500, we have seen around 1.25% dip in implied volatility, indicating a good amount of short positions which was seen in 8,500 put option, and going ahead 8,500, 8,600 could act as a very strong support if it comes at that level. There is only one security in ban period for today's trade, that is India Bull Real Estate. On FIS terms also, we have seen some kind of long unwinding pressure by FIS. In index futures, the net sellers of 475 crores, and open interest of FIS and index futures have dipped by around 1%. indicating long unwinding by them. While in index options, they were net buyers of 680 crores, and stock futures they continue to sell heavily. In last couple of trading sessions, in last 2 to 3 trading sessions, we have seen significant amount of selling pressure in stock futures, mainly led by, if you see, a lot of short buildup was seen in banking sector. Mainly led by banking stocks. We assume FIs have short good amount of banking stocks, and they were net sellers of around 1550 odd crores, and in stock options they were net sellers of around 7 odd crores. Our 5 days we have stands at 8,900 with a lower range at 8,750 and a higher range at 8,900. SGX Nifty is trading positive 43 points, again taking positive cues from the international markets, and we might see a gap up opening of around a positive opening in today's trade. SGX Nifty is quoting at around 8859. Thank you guys, that concludes from my side.
Friends, let me take you to Sharekhan pre-market action starting with trading ideas. We have a short call on Hero MotoCorp as the company reported about weak set of numbers for the third quarter, and the net profit was up only about 11.2%, and they missed the market expectations. So one can short Hero MotoCorp with a stop loss of 2840 and a target of about 2780 to about 2765. JSPL2 reported weak set of numbers, and their consolidated net loss came in at about 1675 crore. Also, they are looking at cutting about 750 jobs. So one can short JSPL with the stop loss of 156 and a target of about 148 to about 144. Britannia came out with a good set of numbers. Their net profit grew by about 36.51% to about 137 crore. Even the top line growth was about 13.5 odd percent, and today there is an analyst meet, so one can go long on Britannia with a stop loss of 1899 and a target of about 1950 to about 1980. In other news and updates, oil marketing companies have slashed both petrol and diesel prices by about 2.42 and about 2.25 effective from today. And the government is looking at ironing out the subsidy sharing formula and fast track the ONGC divestment after the successful completion of the Coal India FPO. And some of the companies which are going to bid for the coal mines are Adani Power, GMR Energy, which are going to bid for all the 6 coal blocks, while SR Power is looking at bidding for about 4 coal mines, and Jindal Power has submitted bids for 3 of the 6 coal mines. In other news, bank unions have called for a 4-day strike starting from Feb 25th to about 28th of Feb. LMDC has cut the iron ore lumps prices by about 450 to about 3750 per ton. Purvankar project is entering into a joint venture to develop housing project on a 2-acre land parcel in Mumbai, and LIC cuts its stake in Colgate Palmolive by about 2.99% from about 5.02 odd percent. In case of Reliance Industries, the BP has written down its value of the investment in the KGD6 block by about 790 million, besides another 830 million in impairment charges. And it is likely to raise about $750 million by selling 30-year bonds overseas. And Jhunjhunwala PSC are likely to raise the stake in Geojit BNP Paribas to about 9.49% from about 9.22%. The companies which will be announcing numbers today: JK Lakshmi Cement, we are looking at a net profit of about 34.6 crore. Aurobindo Pharma, we are looking at a net profit of about 400 crore. And JB Chemicals, we are looking at a net profit of about 34 odd crore. In the watch list for the day traders, stocks with positive bias are Dabur, IRB Infra and Rainbaxi. Stocks with negative bias are REC. And here are the stocks for investment that we like at this point of time: L&T, Aditya Birla Nuvo, Tata Motor DVR, Infosys and Ultratech Cement. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a great trading session and see you tomorrow at the same time.